And we're live. How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the One Love community stream hosted by myself, Dookie, Cam Stubbs. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about bots, some DTube leader action, and then the OneLoveIPFS update. So while I grab myself some coffee, how about you guys enjoy the One Love community stream on SoundCloud featuring Euphoric and Staten currently. If you'd like to get your tunes added, please drop into the community Discord. Hit me up, Dookie. I'm in charge of that one. Here is Staten with Trash Sharpened Human. There. Coffee time. Sykes and Euphoric, how far?
Running up here in the past, keeping my foot on the gas, hoping to blow enough fast, me and the queen in the pay, running up here in the past, keeping my foot on the gas, can't fuck with you people, your motives so evil, just jealous and scheming, I think I'm a pass, running up here in the past, keeping my foot on the gas, hoping to blow enough fast, me and the queen in the pay, running up here in the past, keeping my foot on the gas, can't fuck with you people, your motives so evil, just jealous and scheming, I think I'm a pass, every day I've been thinking about this, that's all I ever knew, trying to fit the pieces, it's been so long coming, overcoming weakness, I've been cutting out the people that resemble leeches, gotta focus on this, man, and nothing else, been hungry so long, and the pain's been felt, time to feast for the team, I'm sick of what's been dealt, so far, but we coming and we chase the smell, they never seen just how far we come, there's been years that to make it, they would probably run, if they seen half the shit that I face on the daily, facing all the devils in my mind, so crazy, living like I know that this mic can save me, working on the vision, ain't no time to be lazy, hate me cause I'm coming up strong, pouring out my soul in every line of the song, running up here in the past, keeping my foot on the gas, hoping to blow enough fast, me and the queen in the pay, running up here in the past, keeping my foot on the gas, can't fuck with you people, your motives so evil, just jealous and scheming, I think I'm a pass, running up here in the past, keeping my foot on the gas, hoping to blow enough fast, me and the queen in the pay, running up here in the past, keeping my foot on the gas, can't fuck with you people, your motives so evil, just jealous and scheming, I think I'm a pass, ain't nothing I need I don't have, you all in your feelings, you mad, life is a bitch or a blessing, depends what you see in it as, off the liquor I'm faded again, I'm not focused on making new friends.
Alrighty, well let's spin this up then. How's everybody doing? Anybody out there tuning in, please chat in. I will get your chat in the Discord of One Love community, and obviously I will respond to you. as you can see on my screen, telling everybody from the heart. We are live. If you would like the From the Heart notification roll when we go live, I will ping you so you could join us. And make sure you drop into the airdrop channel where I'm currently giving away some of the whale token, 22 cents worth, 0.01. If I get a couple people drop it into Discord saying hi, maybe I'll tip you directly. I've got 0.3 whale to play with, I do believe. So, for today's topics, let's just get into this, why don't we? I was wanting to review a couple things, what people have been working on. Oh, hi Chelsea! Wave, good to see you. Takes a few seconds, so using bots, it's not instantaneous, but thank you for joining me. It's been a while since I've done a live show. Kind of been focused on trying to build our mech design shop and community stuff, so some DTube leader node issues along the way. But yeah, we're doing good. Today's topics might not really be up your alley, but there is kind of an affect on maybe, say, your children, which I have kind of an active mind in their development, let's say. The affect of bots on society is our first topic for today. I put it as bots and best use, then I'm going into leaders, what they bring, and then an update of the OneLoveIPFS. It's pretty minor. So let's just step into it, guys. I'm going to completely mute this music and let it run in the background so the authors still get some playtime. Little trick I learned is that SoundCloud doesn't account for that mute button, so if you're ever playing somebody, you want to really help them along, just play their music in the background on mute. Little trick. So, bringing up a Forbes freaking post, of all things, a Forbes post. The social impact of bad bots and what to do about them. Now, this is from December 2020, so it's not too long ago. From the Pascal CEO, Casada. Let's go down to where I highlighted. Yes, automated bots book hotel rooms and resell them, clean out online sneaker inventory at discount prices, steal IP and pricing data, and take over accounts to drain balances, all of which in massive disruption and losses to companies and consumers. Yet, a much graver issue is the dire impact of bad bots on the fabric of society, and specifically on politics. Automation in the wrong hands is a malignant force directly influencing our politics, our culture, our geopolitical power balance in the world, and the very foundation of democracy in the United States and beyond. Now, that's a very powerful statement, but I believe it to be true. Watching the effects of bots on people and how I have seen people trolled off platforms, cancel culture, there are messages that can be suppressed by the use of bots. And as they go on to explain that largely you see it in like Twitter campaigns where, you know, bots are involved in up to 20% of conversations on social media, especially pertaining to elections and political issues. And elections and political issues which then direct our society into developing something for our future, let's say. If bots are able to manipulate and control that, then essentially bots themselves and the people that operate them have the ability to manipulate what direction society is going and remain separated from the outcome. So they can essentially then do as many people speculate and, you know, problem, action, solution, you know, create a problem, then they devise an action plan, and then rise to the power with the solution. So essentially the same people that could be behind the bots operating the campaigns and the negative malignant force, and even the positive forces could be the people that come outside the scenario as the people that provide the solution to it. And this is kind of a weird thing that I've noticed, is that you can create a grounds for manipulation where you want an outcome and you can automate any system to do just about anything you want. And this is going beyond like what the actual bot is designed to do, but like if the bot is designed to rape rewards from something, you know, steal money, steal IP addresses, well, there could be even a greater scheme of the people that are behind the funding of these events, or the people that are even taking advantage of them. They may not be funding them, they may just be taking advantage. And if they're taking advantage of this scenario, then it's still just as bad as funding it, where through taking advantage of the bots that are using the system to steal whatever they want, but then coming to the rescue with the solution, then you essentially are affiliated, but you can use it to your benefit. And it's a bizarre kind of, I don't know, cat and mouse game that I notice people that oftentimes point the finger at bots are the ones that utilize the most. Now, let's backtrack with that statement and point the finger at me. I call bot users out, but what do? Every step of the way I have been trying to build the One Love community with different forms of automation to enable people. So through the One Love manual bot, we have the One Love curation bot, we have a manual curation effort, but that's still a bot and that's still automation, right? So you can essentially state that by using that bot, we're creating a centralized power force and it, manipulating the people to do what we will. You know, there is grounds for all sorts of arguments, and I've heard quite a few of them, and I do agree with quite a few of those arguments, and am trying to work towards a appropriately decentralized community, which I don't think has been properly defined through anything other than like Bitcoin. So that is, you know, as a node operator, essentially true decentralized community. But where I'm going with this is that I point the finger at bot users, but at the same time, I also understand that we need them. We cannot play the game to the same level as mainstream media, as like, let's say me as a node leader, okay, a DTube node leader, everything manual, everything done without algorithms, without automation. The amount of manpower we would need to operate just this channel. Now, let's say this stream, great example. Okay, no automation. You know, I wouldn't be using Restream. That means how many different posting destinations that I wouldn't be able to go to. I wouldn't be able to use this chat bot right here to be able to link my chat to be able to speak with Chelsea, who's speaking to me from across the province, or across a couple provinces, I should say. And there is many implications to that sort of mindset. So I utilize bots and I accept their use under kind of certain terms where the bot shouldn't be allowed to be able to have a negative impact on the actual product that it's being used on, right? So the One Love bot it has a check and balance based on the fact that it's all manual. So when the day comes, which might be very soon, by the way, when you could just go to a web page, sign up with your key, give me your key, go create a new custom key with only vote permissions, sign up on a web page and just, hey, how's it going? You know, I'm joining your trail to vote, and you walk away. I add you, confirm that you're a legitimate person kind of idea. Maybe it automatically adds, who knows, some verification process I assume would be great. But then you'd be joining the trail. And that is a form of automation that allows users and stakeholders to maximize their position while empowering a manual system, yet the function of bot is mandatory and automation. Oh, here we got Duder. Hi, dude. How you doing today? Sending a GIF. I muted you earlier. We got Nazmal in here also. Welcome, Nazmal. Good to have you. I was basically having a very intense conversation towards Chelsea about the influence of bots on the fabric of society. Now, I didn't get back to how this relates to our children. I grew up in an era, let's say the first generation that I'd be speaking of is the generation before me. That's like Dude's generation. Those are the first generation cypherpunks. Those are like true believers in decentralization.
Dude, my generation. Well, you don't talk about the time like 2,000 years ago, please. Not anymore.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll just say generation original cypherpunk. We're talking like, Satoshi Nakamoto kind of mindset. That like real decentralization, solve the problem, don't sidestep the issues. And then me being kind of growing up with those people setting the boundaries. I grew up in the web was just becoming normalized. And then we have our kids, or I guess the people that followed my generation, right? Which are now adults, or just young adults, which are adopted more through the gaming mentality and the advent of mobile devices. They're even less inclined to question, right? And this is how I see the advancement going. As the cypherpunks started off, they questioned everything, and then there's my generation, questioned a little bit less, but still was like, okay, I ain't agreeing with everything you're saying. And then there's the next generation that's like, well, what's the point of asking the question when we got something right here that works? And what's going to come of the generation after? And that's where I believe the influence of bots and the real scary part of the affect of society is how many people are going to get discouraged by bots from developing revolutionary technology. That's what I think the really scary part of it is children are very easily influenced. So in some grounds, I don't actually believe that we should be allowing our children on the internet, in the same way that I've also said, why haven't we empowered them with these tools and platforms? I'm also kind of concerned that through doing so, you may take away their opportunity to organically develop the skills and abilities to then utilize these platforms appropriately. Does that make sense there, dude?
Yeah. Kind of. I'm sorry. I'm multitasking, reading different chats and listening, and you know me. I'm the dude sipping on my White Russian and playing bowling at the same time.
You're a little hot on the mic too.
Again.
But that's okay. I'll continue into the next little topic that I was wanting to go to. I made my point on that subject, but it's something I think we're all going to have to really pay attention towards the future. How the people we follow and wish to support utilize bots, or potentially utilize bots, what their open position is on AI, things like that. I'm not against AI, but I do believe there needs to be checks and boundaries in place. Like, for me, mandatory, everything is a manual effort. So if you see a tweet that goes out, for the most part, it's someone that has taken the time, even though it goes through Zapier, it's someone that has taken the time to put something in there to send it out as a tweet. It just happens to have automation in place to enable people to do it. That's kind of my grounds on acceptable use of bots. Moving into the next subject, I wanted to talk about leaders. Where am I? Leader 13, Duke 13. I find that kind of suiting, and I just want to say thank you guys for not kicking me out of the consensus while I was struggling with node issues. And if you have not done so already, please go vote me, DTube Leader. I'm also a Smoke.io witness, Whale Shares witness. But fundamentally, I am campaigning right now for DTube Leader support. If you appreciate what I do, what the One Love community does, make sure you vote me and Tech Coder. And yeah, Tech Coder is the #1 guy for One Love development. Not what I wanted to say right off the bat, but let's do this. We have a little bit of an interesting development. The biggest showed up #7 in the leader list just in this last week or so. I wanted to highlight that fact. It's good to see you joining us, the leaders. Welcome on behalf of everybody. Bird Inc., I believe, is back up and running after quite a bit of time down while he was dealing with his move. Tib Fox has had a few issues now and again, but he is on it, always popping back up, and he's getting back active in Discord. He was pretty distracted with other things. And we have Nanel, who has some interesting developments for me. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to discuss yet, but it pertains to the curation trail for One Love. I'll leave it at that. I haven't really heard too much from Exilo or Don't Stop Me Now. They're doing pretty good. They're consistently producing blocks, which is great. They have their stability down, which I have not figured out yet, and I don't quite know why. Going down the list, Fasolo. He is working on some stuff I wanted to highlight. Bring this up. Oh. So low. Okay, he was talking about maybe we need some minnow-to-minnow engagement. Maybe some more tech-savvy users with horizontal support from members and community. We could organize something. Everybody seems to face the problem that they don't really have enough DTC right off the bat. But he says he's not really a showman to be able to talk about it. But he thinks we need to spark content creation through conversation. And he believes that something like a DTC faucet would really help new creators. Something like from the old cryptocurrency days. And I do agree with him, and previously had tried to do something like that, which related to something that didn't really work out so great, but I will highlight it once again. The TipCC DTube faucet. If you donate your DTube to TipCC, send it to TipCC to fund the DTube faucet and keep this whole beast going, I will reimburse you on the DTube platform. It's that simple. You want DTube faucet? Come into One Love DTube community, head down into the airdrop channel or bot spam and type plus faucet space DTube. That'll give you a link for top GG. You go vote the top GG bot. It's really easy. I could even bring it up, I think, here. One moment. And that is essentially what he was referring to as an old school faucet. Now let's see if it's working right now. Yeah, looks like it is. Oh. Link now. Log in. So you log in, there's TipCC for the vote, right? And if I could bring up what the bot gives you, it's just the top.gg highlighted text. I'm not currently set up to bring up my Discord chat for you to view, but I guess I could go full screen. Let's go that way. There we go. So that's what it brings you. Type faucet, DTube. Brings that up, you're good to go. Go here. Sometimes it plays a video, sometimes not. Just click vote. Do the real person check. Really suck at. I'm not a real person most of the time. Thanks for voting. We'll remind you when you vote again. Probably went to my other account because I'm logged in with that one. So can't really show you the evidence. Anyways, point being, that's how you do it. They automatically send you some DTube coin. They'll send you a message. And we already have a running faucet. You just got to come into one of the supported servers, either the main official DTube server or the OneLove server, and then make sure you send me, dookie.com, this account, a private message with a screen cap of your link, and I will reimburse you on the DTube platform. Just tell me what account. And I'm just to circumvent the fees. So right now you can't withdraw without having a whole bunch. So the last thing I wanted to bring up, past leaders. Oh no, there is one more leader update. Sorry, Brishtit. This is a big important update actually. I can't overlook this. I cannot overlook this. Brishtit is working on node automation Docker, which should help those with limited understanding manage and upkeep of nodes. That's really important. That kind of goes back to like leaders building tools to empower people like me. We're really passionate. We want to be involved. We just often don't have the tools or the understanding nor the time to really be the most effective, leader or content creator. So the more tools you could build for us, so the less I have to worry about my node, the more I could focus on content creation. And that is huge for me, as like, kind of the running example of a content creator made leader on DTube. And thank you very much, Brishtit. I will definitely be giving that a review once it's up and running, and hopefully a live demonstration of how to install and manage. Maybe not. Keys might be involved, so I'll play a video that's been properly blurred is what I'll do. Now, the last subject of today's stream. From the heart. If you guys got any questions, feel free to chat in.
Is my microphone still hot?
Last? Oh, dude, I can't quite hear you.
So my microphone is not hot anymore.
There we go. I might have to adjust my volumes. I might have turned you down at some point. Let me just double check. No, you're 100. You're good. But
how about now?
Now you're good and clear.
Okay, that was my question for today.
Okay, well there's live troubleshooting in the OneLove DTube, OneLove community Discord. We're also OneLove DTube, but if you ever need some help with whatever the frick it is, we're here for you. Now, something that's coming from TechCoder I'm actually really excited about because it includes what I suggested. We have the OneLoveIPFS 2.1.0 update coming out 2 days ago by TechCoder. Minor update with breaking changes on authentication API. Fully uses HiveCrypt version 2.0.1 for encryption and decryption of access tokens, which are now compatible with Hive-JS. So what exactly that means, I'm not sure, but I guarantee it is more security, because that is what TechCoder's main focus is ensuring everybody's security. Fix some issues with the initial loading of pins list And then my update displays VP approximation for Avalon voting slider. He came back to me with, it is hard to approximate, and then he implemented it. So thank you very much, buddy. It'll make a huge difference for people that may be charging a large amount of VP or don't know exactly how much VP they have on hand to use. He added clarify tags on the Avalon only login. Copy memo to clipboard button on sign up. That's pretty important because I've noticed that the copy in and out of the desktop application has needed quite a few adjustments. I think it's working good now. But I think on the very first version, it did not want to let me copy anything for one reason or another. Now we have a fix for the menu, not closing upon clicking outside of the menu. So people would be kind of seemingly stuck at the screen with the menu open. But that is now solved. All right. So for signed SHA-256 hashes for pre-built installers, refer to the on-chain data signed by OneLoveIPFS account on Avalon. Link is in the GitHub. Oh, what was that, dude?
Question. As you know, I started to use the OneLove uploader here, and question one is for this update, do I need to reinstall the whole thing, or is there an update on the desktop version? You know that? Automatically, kind of.
I don't believe it will. It actually should tell you that there is an update available. I believe it does tell you that there is an update available.
Okay, I haven't logged in. I just opened the desktop app and to see which version I have, and it doesn't tell me anything.
Okay, well,
may I have to check in there. The other thing is, I just went onto the uploader OneLove DTube page online, and it gives me a 502 bad gateway.
Oh, fuck.
So I'm not sure it's on my side or is the server offline.
Well, domain is good. I go through a process. First check oneloved.tube. If the domain goes to our webpage, which is like a really old post, we're good. Then we go uploader.
That's what I did. I went to oneloved.tube.
Okay, so if the uploader's down, we check blocks. Okay, blocks is still live. I just go to the blocks, blocks.oneloved.tube, and then I see if that's up and running, and that's up and running, so looks like we just need to ping TechCoder, let them know that the uploader is down. Okay, no, he's right here. He's watching. He says, what the fuck? The server rebooted? I've had that issue a couple times recently on my node. I don't know why, but it just rebooted itself a bunch of times. And it seems good now. Even Contabo, I had to email Contabo. Did I tell you guys? I had to email Contabo to get them to reboot my server because their control panel wouldn't respond or anything. Luckily, they got back to me like ASAP on a weekend, which was awesome. So thank you, Contabo, for actually having pretty decent support. When at least when my email includes like bold text or capital text, I need this done ASAP. Yeah, so Yeah, that was quite the little ordeal. They rebooted it, and then after they rebooted it, I'm thinking that all of the commands I put into cPanel then played through to the server one by one. So it rebooted like time after time after time after time, which is like, I don't know what's going on. I have 2 nodes with them and 2 different servers, and the one server is absolutely stupid. And it has had issues since day 1, and then my other server has been like bulletproof. Even with nodes locking up, the server keeps running. So I think I might send them another email and ask about that, if maybe I could get swapped onto another set of resources or something.
Another question. Got another question.
Yeah, give her.
Here is the original DTuber forever with the question. When I try the login on the OneLoveIPFS uploader, I have an encrypted persistent password, and he's trying to log in, but he doesn't. So that means that the server is rebooting, like TechCoder said.
Yeah,
I
I
can't
think,
log in actually.
yeah, for now, right now, it sounds like everything's on reboot. Or he's got to reboot all the services and make sure everything's back up and running before you can upload. Probably give him like half hour or so. Yeah, he's saying it was down for 10 hours.
Okay. So actually, the next question with that is, it really would make sense then that I install IPFS daemon on my machine and keep running my own IPFS
Yeah,
on my computer. So that
yeah.
means that if OneLove IPFS uploader is down, I still can upload, and then it will sync later on.
That is one thing, maybe if TechCoder is listening, he can clarify on. Do we actually sync if we have the full version of the downloader or the uploader desktop app installed, and say the OneLove system is offline and we submit a video? I don't even know if you'd be able to submit a video because it goes through our gateway, I think. So
Yeah, but if I'm using my own IPFS, it does not. That's what I'm thinking. Like, I use the desktop application of the IPS origin, OneLove IPFS, but it would be connected at the same time with my IPFS desktop and daemon on my machine now. So that's why
yeah, you would have it on your machine for sure. The question is if the IPFS nodes would sync it the next time they come online.
But that would be just the awesome thing to avoid. Like, if he says like apparently was down for 10 hours, but I still could upload my stuff, and then it would be synced later on if the server is back up. That's a win-win for both sides, no? Wouldn't it?
Yeah, it is. How to efficiently implement that, I'm not sure yet. But I do believe TechCoder is on the page of getting there. He has much on his plate,
Boys,
but
the awesome work he did, definitely.
oh, I'm super proud of it.
But I haven't. But we've been talking about this uploading directly for a while now with me, and my situation with paying for the stuff, and Now I found out with my DTC I have on the account, I have far enough money to actually pay for the uploads onto the OneLove server. So that's just excellent. I can't see
Yeah.
any reason anymore to upload directly to the DTube at all,
No. And
because
this is what we've been trying to tell people. And thank you very much for stating it so openly.
But it's just awesome. I'm actually quite stupid. I haven't realized that before, you know. I haven't really tried to go through the whole process. Well, 1 year ago, I didn't have any DTube on a DTC on my accounts, but now with a decent, like, if you have 1,000 DTC on your account, you have far enough to keep everything running on the OneLove machine. I spent 2 DTC for 1,000 days of the stuff I'm uploading for now. It's not much, but that's three. I have paid with 2 DTC. I have paid like for 3 years of keeping my videos online. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. It doesn't go. So it'll only work for everything that you've submitted so far. We currently don't have a working pin bot. I think I don't want to put any pressure on TechCoder, but I think a pin bot is a bit of a priority amongst the list so that we can enable people to not only submit through our uploader, but be able to back up all of their content. So if a user subscribes, we have a channel, they go drop their link will be pinned. Now, what I'm also proposing is that people that subscribe also then are essentially subscribing to a base level auto curation potentially to then cover the funds, because, you know, if you're uploading, there's no reason we wouldn't want to be, you know, directly uploading through our service and you're a legitimate user. You know, there's no reason we wouldn't want to be upvoting your content. We earn from doing so. It funds you to then be able to pay for our service. I see like how to be able to turn this into like a really revolutionary ball of let's say community focused funding, because the more that our service actually earns, the more we can expand it to be able to evolve for the community. So like if we actually get a decent income off of this service, let's say we decide that 50% of it goes to the people that developed it and 50% goes to a development fund to further it. You know, like how long until we have a couple $100 to be able to throw at building your requested features by hiring new people to be able to do so, things like that, right?
It definitely changed my point of view about how to use DTube, about how to use OneLove, and that's just awesome, you know, to be able to use the IPFS, the future of the internet, already today, and start this new thing we need to go to with the bots and everything. That's catching together, you know.
Yeah, we have the main OneLoveIPFS.com page I got up on the stream here. Can't bring you up the uploader. Let's check. No, still bad gateway. He'll get that up. Don't worry, TechCoder's on it. He was just screaming about it to us. But what I wanted to highlight is this button of how to. And this is something that Graylin started building, and I've kind of started implementing different ideas, but not exactly on this, similar ideas, trying to figure it out. But Graylin is our webpage guy. He's the guy that does our WordPress work. Builds these awesome, laid out, easy to follow, right? All easy to find He knows how to do the domain work. I'm going to try connect with Graylin, and we can start filling out this page a little bit more. I believe he gave me access at one point to be able to write, but I haven't gotten there. So maybe we will bring someone on to fill this out for us. Awesome. Toss him some coin for doing so. But we'll have to follow up with Graylin and get Graylin to help us build out this how-to, because his how-to is more on the tech side. I've kind of started building a how-to for creators, for incentivized creatives, as I put it, people to find the platforms, that kind of idea. I haven't published it yet, but Graylin has here like the Discord IPFS bot, which when we get this running, you're able to run a bot in your own server. So that means you don't even have to come to OneLove, but you have the ability to run your own bot in your own server and then pin whatever to your own IPFS nodes. Not just ours, but we have everything to enable you to do it on your own. From a Mente, I'm not sure how this really functions, but as I understand it, it is a cluster version of an IPFS network, and would be best utilized for people that are wanting to really drastically decentralize their hosting. Includes the ability to add and remove through the API web interfaces and stuff like that. I never got into it too much, but it is a very interesting project. I believe, I don't even remember who it was by now. Graylin and someone else were working on it. Then obviously the IPFS uploader, right? This is OneLoveIPFS uploader right here, basically. It is currently a walkthrough for the Steam Connect version of it. So this is old and needs to be updated, right? And we had at one point our own front end. Basic concept is to be able to host your own version of DTube, or whatever your IPFS sources are. You could set it up on your own gateway, and then it's only the content on your own local network. And PM2 plus IPFS, because IPFS has some issues. Monitoring it with PM2 is helpful. C allows you to set the different priorities for your pinning. Restrict your memory. So you, at one point, we're having an issue with IPFS taking up all the available resources on the system. So this was a solution we came up with. So it doesn't allow it to surpass a certain issue. And then as well as the status and restart. Easily start and stop. Manage it, monitor it. And if I'm not mistaken, PM2 even has a statistic web output you can make use of if you actually want to output any of your information. That's it for today's not so dev meetup chat. Just me and dude, Nazmul. Good to have you here, Nazmul.
Question.
What's up?
I just logged in with my other DTube account to vote for the leaders, and a strange thing happens. I can vote for 4 leaders, and the 5th it's always giving me a timestamp error or something. You might know why that is. I have enough VP and enough DTC on an account to make these votes probably, but it doesn't go through. The 5th one, I can't choose a 5th leader.
Timestamp error, eh? I think that was the same thing that Anime was struggling with for a while.
Well, it's funny because I just did all the votes on the one account, and then I could do four votes on the second account, and the 5th on the second account doesn't go through.
You don't have a vote already somewhere?
No. I always have the same voted for, and if I go through the whole thing, no, nothing. It's just 4, and I choose Brisht. Doesn't go through. Then thought maybe it's because it doesn't want me to vote for Brisht. I tried others, but it doesn't go through either. So anything I'm voting now, it doesn't go through. It just takes.
Which account is that?
The original DTuber forever.
There's periods before, in between each one, right? Or is it just write it for me so I get it right?
Murphy's Law. Murphy's here. For actually, because I'm talking about it, it just does what it hadn't done before. I did a refresh and I tried again to vote, and now it's true. So, question answered. But I don't know why, but it blocked me of voting for the 5th for a moment now.
Yeah, you just wanted to waste my time.
Well, that's for sure, but I don't need to talk about leaders to waste your time.
That's true. That's true. Just find me on this rich list. Am I on the rich list? I'm not in the rich list yet. I'm making grounds. Only another, I'd say probably by the time another 2,000 DTC, and I'll be back in the rich list. Let's find One Love. Where is One Love?
I started asking lots of people here in real life to sponsor me for a mega account on DTube. The one thing we need is about 300 million of votes. So if we got there, we'll see. If I get the money, we're gonna take over DTube.
That's kind of where we're working too, isn't it? Everybody has the same plan. We were just talking about that kind of earlier with the whole bot scenario and how like use and whatnot, and how I'm building to empower a community, and then we got other leaders that are utilizing bots for other means, and how I never really said this outright, I don't think, on stream, how DTube is currently built towards a system of self-promotion, and that is basically it. It doesn't empower following or engagement right now. Trying to change that fact, but right now we are a self-promotion system, so yeah, it's kind of an interesting thing. Yeah, take over the world. Yeah, I would love to say we're going to take over DTube, but honestly, I just want to bring enough people in to be able to enjoy my journey. If I could retire in 10 years from this, like, consider me frickin' happy. I'll spend the next 10 years dedicating my life to building DTube. That's the way I see it, but I need to find some hopes of that future as we're going. And I believe that is true for everybody, that we need some hopes for future. And this is where I look to the development that is happening despite the frustrations and problems that we're currently faced with. So we've had a couple odd chain halts on the Avalon chain, and that relates to nodes disconnecting and not reconnecting when they need to. And there is development by two different developers, Fasolo, who's developed a script for his own personal use, and then, which is great for anybody that knows how to manage a Linux system to make use of. And then we have Brishtit, who's developing the idiot-proof system, which should be like a one-size-fits-all frickin' just goddamn keep the damn thing running for me type thing, which will enable the lesser technically inclined people to get involved and be a part of the enabling of the network, which then, through feeling as if you're part of the system, you actually feel empowered yourself to then provide. That's what I've found, is that through the being active in the system, I've then found the interest in providing to the system, right? This is the ball that I believe will really push us forward, more so than the throwing money at problems or trying to create a system of maximizing ROI. It'll be the utilization of the community to essentially back up any promotion that the DTube team, I've heard, is now working on. They're actually going to be addressing. I've heard from DTube team that they are building a promotional team. Whether or not I make the cut, I don't know. Might be too brutally honest, and I tend to work best as a outsider, but as long as they're willing to work with me, then I think that is essentially being on the team in my mind. I don't need the frickin' title.
You have a title.
You're the
Dookie. That's just a side note. You Dookie. When your life is strange and you are not happy, just watch the Dookie drinking his coffee.
Smoking.
No, you don't.
Sometimes. I vape.
Yeah, and you are kind of out of sync today with the mouth, so it's quite funny to watch you.
That's probably just the Discord. I believe the live, if you watch it, will be absolutely prime. Yeah, I can't manage the Discord audio and video separately. I haven't figured that one out yet.
Quality is like shit anyway, so...
Yeah, that does a major thing.
Yeah, it helps me because I don't
account.
see that much of your face then.
Perfect.
Sorry, man.
It's more about the live show anyways. We're just here to orchestrate together. Now, it kind of sucks that I can't do the video the way I would like, but it's better than nothing, I guess.
Oh, are you getting there?
Yeah, slowly, piece by piece. Last step I really need to figure out is like a green screen. With my setup here, I have material. I just need to, I guess, run it probably around behind me over to there. Now, I'm not sure if that's going to be enough room. I might get some shadow action. right? Need to have it. I think it should be just tall enough. I'll have to like hang it from the ceiling or something, and it'll just be like floaty material behind me, so every time I move, you'll see like the image go like
You know somebody with these screens you use for home cinema and the presentations and stuff like it's quite in a box. You just lift it up just behind you, kind of a video screen you color in another color. I don't know.
yeah,
Something like
it's like a projector screen, usually in a green.
yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Some people do it in a purple. I've seen. Depends on your use case what background color. Usually you want green because it's the least used in clothing, and the only thing green is like organic. But
Or something flashy, you can easily eliminate.
illuminate.
No, illuminate. Oh, yeah. It's too late.
Illuminate. You don't want to eliminate it. You want to illuminate it.
Illuminate it to eliminate it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I was playing with all that. I need much better lighting in here. As you can see, I'm pretty dim, pretty dark. If I go to like a bright screen on my computer screen, it'll light up my face a little bit brighter, right? So to be able to do that, I'll need proper lighting and, yeah, it's all steps. Eventually, I'll have 2 big studio lights up above my monitor with the umbrellas. And then I'll have to have one probably beside me. I guess actually it'd probably have to be up here, shining directly down along the curved face of the green screen. They say not to use a curved face, but I was playing with it, and I could actually use any surface as long as the screen itself is well lit and doesn't have a direct shadow on it. So like the little bit of shadowing you get from going up and down on the surface of something, like if I hung it on the shelf behind me, it actually worked pretty good. The issue is when the shadows from like the hats, those end up going onto the green screen that is this direction, right? So, and then my shadow going on the green screen, I'd need a light like up this direction, then shining directly on the green screen behind me to make it fully usable. But in time. And then I can actually just bring up the chat, and I'll be like a little figure in front of the chat, and I'll just be able to like poke at you guys as you have arguments, and I'll be like, he's talking.
Okay, you definitely have smoked today.
Yeah, I'm not doing anything today, so I was well prepared for today's stream.
It was actually nice to see you back on video, chatting a bit about DTube and leaders and robots and answering to an old dude vaping.
Yeah, I needed to just do it. Sometimes once you stop something, the getting over the not doing it and doing it again is literally the barrier that you have to overcome. It's like for the last week, I've had a million different ideas I could have just hopped on the stream and talked about, and I've had different opportunities to do it, but instead I go and I lose myself to chat, trying to help someone or do something that oftentimes doesn't feel as productive as just hopping on the stream and projecting my message. On that note, I think we'll call it here for today's stream. If anybody happens to be watching, I see one person on social media tuning in. If you are still there, link is in the description. We'd love for you to join us in the One Love community Discord. Put on some tunes. We'll continue chatting for the next couple minutes. And from the heart, if you have any questions whatsoever, we would love to answer them for you. Thank you for joining us. Hey.
Bye-bye.
Dude and Nazmal in the house with me.
Well, actually, the Belgian Portuguese is missing a little here. The Portuguese Belgian, the anime for the world, the man without pants.
Where is he?
As I understood, lots of stuff in real life he's dealing with. No phone. His phone broke down, and plenty of little things just keeps him away of the internet, I guess. Taking a time out, something.
We will close this out with a well-wishing for anime for the world. Our wonderful co-host of the community show. While you get your shit together and life smacks you around a bit, do remember, take a moment and unwind. We're thinking of you. Dookie out.